Good afternoon. You join me live outside Oslo District Court, where the mass murderer Anders Breivik has been sentenced to the maximum term of 21 years in prison. A panel of 5 judges unanimously decided that he was sane when he killed 77 people and injured 240 more. He detonated a huge bomb in the centre of Oslo, just 50 yards from where we're standing now on the other side of this courthouse, killing 8 people. Afterwards, he travelled to the island of Utøya and opened fire on teenagers, killing many of them at point-blank range. It was the biggest atrocity on Norwegian soil since the Second World War. Our first report comes from James Robbins. Simon, thanks very much. Welcome to the brand spanking new Olympic Aquatic Centre. It is pretty spectacular here inside. Just take a look at that. That is the curved concrete unique diving tower, and from there, a little later today, Tom Daley, the nation's favourite and the Olympic gold hopeful, will be making his first dive into the Olympic pool. Just to give you a sense of how large this is, just take a look up there. That is just one of the 2 temporary seating areas. Between them, they will seat some 17,500 people when people start flocking here a year to the day. Some 860,000 tiles have been laid. Just over here, the Olympic pool, which a little later today will see its first competitive race. Some 10 million litres of water has now filled the pools, and you can just begin to get a sense of what those finals will be like, those fast, furious and very loud affairs. Well, to talk about the progress that has been made so far, I'm joined now by Lord Coe, the chair of LOCOG, the organising committee. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us. I know you've had a bit of a busy day.
Early start.
Early start. A year to go. Is everything how you hoped it would be at this stage?
Absolutely. That's not to say we haven't got a mountain of work still to do.
Well, Anita, there have been several developments today which reporters in the building behind me will be poised to question Eric Mayo, the prosecutor in charge of this investigation, on. We've heard today that in terms of the investigation, some 40 French police officers are working on this murder investigation now around the clock, he says, to follow up any leads meticulously. We also heard today that this investigation, complex as it is now widening in scope, and neighbouring countries, police forces there have now been mobilised. So police officers in Switzerland and Italy now playing an active part in this investigation. Meanwhile, of course, in the UK, in Surrey, in the village of Claygate, where the Al-Hilli family home is, 4 French investigators have been searching that premises, looking desperately for some clues as to why 3 members of the Al-Hilli family were murdered. Thank you very much, and welcome to London's brand new Olympic basketball arena, during which, if the whoops from the crowds are anything to go by, it's quite an exciting game at the moment. Serbia and Croatia just leaving the court now. This is the second game and the first competitive event to take place here in the Olympic Park. Let's just show you briefly around this arena, because it can seat up to 12,000 people. It took more than 2 years to build. Construction started back in March of 2009. It was the 4th Olympic venue to come in on budget and on schedule in June of this year. It is one of the biggest temporary structures ever built for an Olympics Games. £42 million it costs, and yet it is totally temporary. Everything you see here will be dismantled after the Games and used elsewhere. Well, it's not just a chance for the players to have a look and see what they think about it. The organisers will also be speaking to spectators, so let's see what a few of those thought. I'm joined here by a group of lads from Taunton. Guys, you've come all the way up from Somerset today. How's your day been?
It's been great, and the playing was very good, and lots of unexpected nets, goals, shots from the players.
So what was your best part of the day, would you say?
When it was China versus Australia, only the Australian men came up and slam dunked it.
Wow, okay, and I know for a few of you, you've been more than just spectators, haven't you? Harry, what have you been doing today?
We took a challenge and we went onto the court. We played a game where you had to go at the front of the court, go to a halfway line, run up to the halfway line, pick up a ball, do 4 passes with your partner, and then go down and make a layup, and the first one wins. And there was 2 teams, and my friends went on the court with me.
Cool. And Robbie, I saw you you scored the first hoop, didn't you? How did that feel?
I felt like it's a big leap in basketball to come onto the Olympic court and just play some real basketball with everyone watching you, and it felt like it's a really good atmosphere and everyone was cheering for you, so it was really fun.
Did you feel like an Olympic basketball player?
Early, I don't know really, maybe someday.
Ian, good day?
Yeah, it was really good.
Good. And Harry, just before we move on, let's just show us your little action you were showing me earlier.
What?
Your hoop action.
Oh.
Guys, thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the British game. That starts at 8:30. Late night back in Taunton. Thank you very much indeed for hanging out to talk to us. Let's just take a little step over here because Sam Nita is from hoopsfix.com. You have got feedback from fans already. What do you think about the stadium?
I think it's amazing. You know, like 12,000 seats. Players love it. The fans love it. It's the kind of facilities like this that the country really needs to take to the next level, you know, and really excel at this sport.
Have you heard any criticisms, though? Because this is a test event. They've got 15 games to iron out any creases. Is there anything that's been flagged up?
Not so much. I mean, I think the main thing from a lot of basketball fans is that it being a temporary venue. Like I said, we don't have many purpose-built basketball facilities in the country, especially anything of this scale. And, you know, for it to be dismantled after the games is a big shame, you know.
So in terms of legacy, after the Barcelona games, we saw a big take-up of basketball there. Is it important, do you think, that this arena won't be here? Do you think it's still going to inspire people, having seen world-class basketball here in London?
Well, of course. I mean, you know, the Olympics is a different level to any sort of sporting event. And, yeah, it could definitely be a sort of big starting point for the rise of basketball in this country. You know, I'd like to think that it'll be the start of something huge, but a lot of it will depend on how the team does, and also the legacy that is set in place by the governing bodies and the infrastructure of the sport in this country.
Okay. Sam Nita, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Indeed. Well, the British team will take to the court at 8:30 this evening. If you want to catch up with any aspect of Olympic preparation, you can do so. That's all on our website, bbc.co.uk/2012. For now, though, from the Olympic Park, back to you.